So if you're interested in mid-capacity adventure machines, this one is for you. BMW recently announced updates to the F900 GS in three formats: the Standard, the Adventure, and the F800 GS. Moto Journo Kris here. Let's see if the 2024 BMW F900 GS is the best mid-capacity adventure bike for next year, and more importantly, if you need to buy one. Why the F900 GS and not the GSA or the F800? Well, this particular model variant is on the receiving end of the biggest changes overall, although obviously there's improvements across all three. So cliff notes are the bigger engine and more performance, but being BMW Motorrad, there's options out the wazoo with different advantages, loadouts, and updates between the three variants. So let's try and simplify things down, as features new, old, and optional are all mixed in. Starting with the engine, we're seeing a capacity increase from 853cc up to 895cc for the inline twin cylinder, which runs a 270 and 450 firing order, helping inject a bit more character into that German engineering. That capacity increase sees the bore increase by 2mm to 86mm in total, with the stroke remaining 77mm. Now on the F900 GS and Adventure, you'll be getting a 77kW or 105 horsepower donk, with the F800 GS offering a reduced 64kW or 87 horsepower. That's the liquid-cooled dual overhead cam engine with 4 cam operated valves per cylinder and running dry sump lubrication. Compression is run at 13.1 to 1 across all three models, so it's fairly clear the lower output of the 800 is pure tune. On the 900, that's basically a 15 horsepower gain over the outgoing 850 variant, which is a nice performance boost. Torque is also up 7 Nm on the 900s with an extra Newton on the 800. Fuel consumption has bumped up a tiny bit though, but less than 5%. Standard electronics include the two riding modes, rain and road, alongside dynamic traction control and the cornering ABS Pro system with a dynamic brake light in the mix. You can expand the electronic loadout further, but let's focus on the standard bikes for my sanity's sake. Both the F900 GS and the Adventure also offer a set of new Showa Gable 43mm fully adjustable USD forks as standard, and again this can be upgraded to electronic suspension across all these models. The stock shock is a monoshock with rebound and preload adjustment. Travel on both is 230mm at the front and 215mm at the rear. On the F800 GS there's no change, with the existing non-adjustable 41mm telescopic fork continuing, and I would also guess it's the same shock. On the BMW site, the preload adjustment isn't listed on the newer 800, however I'd say this is a typo, as not offering preload adjustment would frankly be crazy. No one does that. We don't even have the suspension travel listed, however if it's the same as the outgoing model, it's 170mm front and rear. Now a big point of note is that the F900 GS has lost 14 kilos. However, the GSA has only dropped 2 and the 800 remains the same as the outgoing model. As a quick rundown of the overall weights and carrying or payload capacity, the F900 GS weighs in at 219 kilos fully fueled and will carry 226 kilos. The F900 GSA bumps that up to 246 kilos and will carry 209, with the much larger 23 litre fuel tank in the mix. Finally, the F800 GS weighs 227 kilos and will carry 213 kilos. Now, some manufacturers are real coy about wet weight versus curb weight versus at least 90% fueled, so it can be a bit hard to make a proper comparison at times, but obviously this makes the F900 GS very competitive in this department, and these figures are 90% fueled. The reason for weight loss is the adoption of some F900 GS specific changes, including a new lighter plastic fuel tank and rear section, new bodywork, lighter swing arm, and a host of off-road orientated tweaks. This seems to include ergonomic changes, new foot brake lever, as well as an acro exhaust, the last alone saving 1.7 kilos. As part of that change, the tank capacity also drops half a litre to 14.5 in total, which isn't an enormous capacity, but should get you past 300 kilometers in range according to their 4.4 litre per 100 kilometer figure. Of course, a plastic tank isn't the most premium of features, but it is perhaps not unexpected for an adventure bike. While all models run LED lighting, the 900 GS gets a new headlight, including a new, larger low beam opening angle for a bigger throw of light. The same is true of the 6.5 inch TFT display across all three models, although the big advancement here is for the F800 GS, which had an analog display previously. The 900 GS does benefit from the multifunction holder though for mounting a navigator or similar, although an option is then required if you want to run the BMW Navigator or ride cradle. Standard to all three models is also heated grips, which is definitely a nice feature to see. The F900 GSA meanwhile specifically adds new side panels and an aluminium engine guard as standard fitment. The F800 GS just gets hand protectors and the Vario case carrier on top of the relevant updates already mentioned, and runs the lowest seat height at 815mm out of the box, as well as a 19-inch front wheel and 17-inch rear, both cast units. The 900 variants by comparison run a taller 875mm seat height, in large part due to the longer travel suspension, but also obviously because the two are more off-road orientated machines with more ground clearance. They get the 21-inch front rim and spoked wheels at both ends. All models share the bridge-type steel shell frame, as well as the twin front disc brakes with 305mm rotors and 2-piston floating calipers, and of course the single 265mm rear with a single piston floating caliper. Pricing of the new models hasn't been released yet, but I'll give you the Aussie rundown of last year's models as a comparison point, which is the F750 GS starting at 16 grand basically, the F850 GS at just over 20, and the F850 GS Adventure or GSA starting at almost 22, and those are all right away prices. Naturally, if you're starting to add options, packs or special paint, these prices can rise quite steeply, but it's easy to see that BMW Motorrad are feeling a bit of pressure in the ever expanding mid-capacity adventure segment, as a plethora of new options give riders ever more to pick from. BMW may have defined the category with the GS, but everyone's running with it now, and naturally that's a great thing for us riders, delivering more bang for buck in competition than ever before. As far as how these models vary, we're getting some nice differentiation. The F800 GS is obviously the bargain basement option with a much more road orientated setup, which extends to the smaller front wheel, much lower seat height, and of course the lower power output. The F900 GS takes that into proper adventure territory with the 21-inch front, taller seat, full power, and obviously benefiting from the latest bunch of updates and saving a welcome 14 kilos of weight. That acro muffler is a particularly nice inclusion too, because many people are going to do something like that anyway. The F900 GS Adventure bumps that up further with the huge fuel tank and a much heftier weight of 246 kilos. It's also worth mentioning that the engines for the F750 and F850 GS have been made in China for quite some time by Lonsin, and it seems unlikely anything would have changed in these new editions of the power plant. Bike assembly is then in Germany, which obviously offers the authentic Made in Germany tag. Interestingly, the C400 variants are made in China too. By contrast, the R1250 GS and S1000RR, as well as a couple of other models for Asian markets, are made in Thailand, with the G310R manufactured in India by TVS. Not that this really matters to everyone, but it's also good to know. Anyway, let me know what you think of these updates to the F900 GS, the Adventure, and of course the F800 GS, and which of these options you'd pick, or whether you'd just go for something else. Do you think BMW is still leading the adventure segment? Let me know in the comments, and as always, stay safe out there and thanks for watching.